Welcome to Module 7. You're almost complete. The title of this segment is the Marketing Plan Part 2. I want to talk about the views of strategy, and these apply specifically to marketing, but they also apply to overall corporate strategy. This isn't covered in the textbook, but this is current information. When we look at the corporate level, not the business or the functional level, we need to understand why our executives think the way they do. And there's two different views that most modern executives are using nowadays. One is called the resource-based view, and the other is called the institution-based view. You'll understand what I mean once you get to your first job assignment and you see what is being done within your company. Let's take the resource-based view first. That developed in the mid-'80s and it became widely used towards the end of the 1990s. The resource-based view of strategy says that I have 5 basic factors of production. I've got to make plans and implement these different factors of production or resource categories in the best way I can to achieve what? The same thing we've been seeking all along: new market share and the best available prices, and of course the best stakeholders. The 5 factors of production, the 5 resources for which corporate executives, executive team management, make strategy, and that's not just marketing strategy, even though marketing strategy leads the firm, it's overall strategy. But they look at it in terms of leadership or entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship and leadership, there have been studies done using content analytics, which is a way to analyze words. And it appears at the executive level of our companies today that leadership and entrepreneurship are used interchangeably. The second, and that's considered the most important factor of production, the most important element for overall strategy and its accomplishment. And remember, strategy is just planning. But the second most important factor is money, financial capital. And you know how important that is. We get that through new market share. New market share comes first, and then improved capital, economic profit comes into play. The third category, or the third factor of production, is natural resources. In other words, the components we use to assemble our product or service. Fourth, employees. Yes, they are the 4th most important. We're fortunate in America that we have an awful lot of employees to draw from, and we attract all sorts of employees from around the world. A lot of students come here from international origins, and they want to stay in America. We literally have the best talent to pick from in America. Finally, technology is a very important factor of production. Notice that technology is not important as either leadership or employees, and those are people. Be careful. You don't want technology to leverage you. You wish to leverage technology to make you better. If you're relying on technology to accomplish anything, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to use technology to improve, not just to keep up with whatever you're trying to do. The second basic view of strategy is called institution-based view. That's much newer, arriving in the late 1990s and being pretty much generally accepted by major corporations you'll find on the Corporate Responsibility Elite 100. Well, let's just say the Fortune 1000. But it's called institution-based view. And what this says is that I'm going to look at markets, organizations within the markets, and the regulation that applies to the markets. You can already tell that there's 2 different ways to approach strategy. One could be from the resource-based view, depending upon your product and targeted markets. The other could be from the institution-based view. Here in Houston, Texas, we have an awful lot of energy-related companies. They would probably look at the institution-based view, focus on the markets, the organizations in the markets, and the regulations in those markets. We might also have a high technology manufacturer here in the Houston area that would look at something like the resource-based view for its strategic perspective. These are important things. They're not necessarily written in textbooks. It takes a while for the things in the marketplace that are actually occurring to find their way into textbooks. Therefore, leverage your library. Look at some of the articles that are being published in Fortune, Forbes, The Economist. Read the Wall Street Journal, the local paper, and the local paper on a daily basis. Keep current with events. Try to find out, if you have to, delve into the scientific journals to learn more about resource-based view and institution-based view. It's an awful great thing to differentiate yourself, not only once you get on the job, but to obtain or attain the job. How you come off in that interview is going to be very important. Remember, you're being employed as a human resource, but you want to function as human capital. Capital implies that you're an asset, and an asset earns new income. Remember, you're being hired based on your knowledge, your ability to solve problems, and your capability for discovering new opportunities related to new market share, new production methods, new means for supply, new markets to enter, as well as how to make our operation, our organization, the most effective, achieving the goal, the most efficient or profitable possible. In other words, to be successful. Your human, technical, and conceptual skills. HTC leads to what? Knowledge, problem solving, and opportunity discovery. And that's also what we accomplish with a marketing plan. And the marketing plan, remember, is developed by a collection of individuals, not one person. Even if you're a one-person business, you still rely on all the stakeholder groups, your owners, investors, your vendors that supply you with your materials so that you can accomplish your business's purpose, its mission, vision, and code of conduct, and ultimately your customer, whether it be a consumer, a buyer, or a client. Remember, the market rules, and there's more freedom within the rules. Thank you. Only one more module to accomplish, and that'll be our conclusion and summary module. So I hope everything has gone well. Remember to confer with your classmates, talk to your instructor, and best wishes on completion of your marketing plan. Thank you.